Hello there and welcome to the Brown Fox podcast. I am Joseph, who is your host for the podcast, and I am the owner of Brown Fox Media House in Brisbane, Australia, and we do video production for businesses. And it has been a minute since we did our last podcast back in February of 2020. And since then, we haven't recorded a podcast because it has been just an insane year that I am absolutely grateful for, and just feel like we're so grateful, so blessed to be have been so busy through the COVID season with a bunch of work that wasn't there before COVID was a thing. And again, I know that there has been a lot of tough things that have happened through this year, but I am so grateful that we are still around, that Brown Fox Media House is going strong into 2021 and looking at making bigger moves and doing more and more to help people in the business world with our video production. And yeah, I'm back with a podcast because I realized that in my telling people that they need to create video content, I have not been putting the same amount of attention into it because of the sheer amount of work that I've had to learn how to navigate with throughout this last year. And there's going to be opportunity for me to talk about a lot of that in other episodes. But a couple of weeks back on Instagram, I posted a poll with questions, not a poll, but letting people tell us what kind of content and what kind of podcasts they might be interested in hearing about if we started it up again, because I've been re-inspired to create more of our own content. It's been something that has been severely lacking through this year. Again, being able to create content for other businesses has been the best thing ever, and I'm keen to start it up again. I even bought this new microphone so that we have the ability to record straight into the computer, less hassle, less excuses on my end. And so I want to start to make this so that it's habit again, and so that you guys can get some value from some of the things that I want to talk about. And to be honest, this first podcast is just me brushing off the dust, getting it out, and taking out all the equipment back out, or actually quite a lot less equipment this time. And just, what's the term? Something about rust. Anyway, I'm pretty rusty, as you can tell, and I don't have any notes. I just have a list of topics, and I've decided to start the very first podcast back with one of those topics. And so one of our question topics that was presented was, let me actually pull it up first on the computer, was what is the most effective way to use video for business? So I want to talk about that just off the cuff, completely off the cuff. Haven't really planned any notes for this, and hopefully I'll get better at doing that. But this really is an interesting topic to tackle because it could be a multi-podcast, multi-part series just in and of itself as to the most effective ways plural, to use video for business. But it's an interesting way to approach it, to say that the most effective way to use video as a business or brand overall is really to show people what it is that you do in your business. The medium of video is the thing that's most important here. What it actually empowers us as business owners to do and to accomplish is to share things at a scale that no other medium can really do at present. Apart from the fact that people can come into stores or come and have a one-on-one experience with you or have a coffee conversation, apart from those certain things that have to happen for people to experience your business, video is the only other thing that can take that and put it out at unlimited scale for anyone to see at any time, anywhere in the world, really. So again, this isn't a comprehensive answer. This is just saying that the medium of video is in and of itself the most effective way to showcase your business and to build trust, start to build relationships with people through what it is that you present online on video. So that isn't I hope that's not a cop-out answer, and I want to tackle this further when I have some notes. But there's so many things that you can share. Honestly, it's up to the point now where, apart from maybe some certain trade secrets that you really don't want people to know for obvious reasons, you should be able to share, we should really be able to share almost anything within our businesses without fear of what might happen. Almost anything. Because people love seeing behind the scenes things nowadays. People love, I don't want to overuse the term, authenticity. They love to see what really goes on. I love to see what really goes on when I am interested in a brand or a business. I feel like I'm a part of this moving, growing, breathing entity, depending on what the brand is. I love to connect and resonate with certain people. I love to hear from the people behind the business. That's just me, myself. And that really allows us to, as business owners, to break down barriers with video, that people can already experience things that will help them to build trust with what it is that you do and with you as a person. So I'm hoping, for example, by me continuously showing up and making this video content where you see my face, you hear my voice, maybe you will actually connect with me as a person, in that you can identify with me, the way that I conduct myself, the way that I speak, the way that I present. And I would want you to think that when you sit down with me in a conversation, it wouldn't feel too much different from what we're doing right here. That is just such a powerful thing when you realize that, in a weird way, not in a weird way, but in a way, if someone's watched a video and they've connected with you as a person, and you approach them in what would traditionally be, say, even a cold call or a cold message, it's less cold. It's a little bit warmer. It's not the same as if you already had a relationship or someone you knew had a relationship with them, but it's a little bit warmer than a blank text message or an email. It puts you out there. It puts what you do, puts your presence, your personality out there. And so I want to encourage you, whoever's listening to this, if you're building your own business, you're building your own brand, I'd encourage you to start to experiment a little bit just on social media platforms which are easily available, things that you can do on your phone, just recording little talking head segments with some educational things that people might actually find interest in, that they would be able to learn from, that they would get value from, that would make them more inclined to trust you, that you have the knowledge, you have the capability to help them when it comes to something that is beyond their scope, beyond what they can do themselves. This is a very relevant thing at the moment because my car is in with my mechanic at their shop. But if you were a mechanic, for instance, maybe it's worth trying to share some of the things that you actually do, because most likely your clients aren't going to do it themselves. You know what I mean? Like, I can sit here and talk about creating videos, and I can share every piece of gear as a videographer that I own, that I use, all the software that's going into creating even this little 10-minute or so video snippet. And I can share everything, knowing that it's going to take quite a lot of effort for somebody to replicate what it is that I do as a videographer. Yes, you can share secrets in a way on video without actually losing customers, because if anything, you're showcasing that you have the capability, and when they trade their money for your time, your experience, that they're going to get the same excellent results that they hear from you on video when they make that transaction and they have that experience with you. So now that I have just kind of let loose what's in my brain initially, and I don't want to wrap this up really soon because honestly I don't have a script, I don't have any talking points on this. I just wanted to again start to put things back out into the world. That video itself is the most effective way to start sharing things about your business at scale. And I want to tackle that further. I'm going to actually make some notes and come back with some more episodes that are specific and not just me coming up with things off the cuff. But if you have made it this far, then I really thank you so much for listening. And I hope that you will continue to listen when we release more of these episodes, no matter where they go out online. Other than that, I hope that you all have a fantastic day, ladies and gentlemen. And I will see you on the next podcast. Bye.